Next up, we have Daniel. You're doing great, guys. Next up, we have Daniel Emertanian talking about the power of comedy.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
This is not my capstone. My original capstone was was on insurgent groups, but I kind of wanted to talk about something a little bit more lighthearted than the mass genocidal killing of people. So, here we are. Emotions. Right? God. I mean, like, what are they, really? Chemicals? Sure. Your heart being an asshole? Maybe. A little man inside your head named Frank who's telling you to murder all of your friends? Well, maybe that's just me, but emotions are weird, right? Happiness, sadness, anger, fear. Let's talk about fear for a second there, huh? It is a very special type of emotion. You know that saying, the easiest way to motivate human beings is through fear? It comes up in a lot of pop culture references, movies, media, anything, especially currently. But let's test that out, shall we? If you're a senior, can you raise your hand? Connor, I choose you.
Oh boy.
How long did you procrastinate on your capstone?
Collectively or like?
Like, give me like how many months before you really started writing?
Ooh, I think about a month, and then I'm gonna admit that a month and like a week and change.
Okay. Why did you start after procrastinating for so long?
Marie Rose started breathing down my neck.
Were you afraid to fail if you didn't turn in your capstone?
No.
Just say yes. It's kind of like, well, this was supposed to go, he's going to be like, yeah, you're right, Daniel. And I was going to be like, thank you, everyone. I'm Daniel Emertanian. But that's all right, we'll move on with it. It's the fear of failure. Think about it for a second here. As students, why do we really do anything? I know like there's that abstract concept of learning and getting an education, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. But if we don't do our homework, if we don't turn in papers, what happens? We hit consequences. We are afraid of what those consequences might bring later on in the future. But that's a stretch, I understand. We live in a small little campus in a small part of the world, and blah, blah, blah. It's not a big sample population, blah, blah, blah. Science, whatever. But let's expand that then for a second. How many of you guys ever watched TV, let's say one time? Raise your hand. If you've watched TV at least once in your life, raise your hand. Wow, everyone, that is surprising. Okay, well, how many of you have watched news with your parents? You know what I'm talking about? Where like they're like, 75 million people have died today. And then your mom looks at you and goes, oh boy, you're not allowed to go outside.